Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to discuss American Express's pop-up jail. Now, many content creators in the credit card community have actually been talking about how they are, or people they know are, in American Express's pop-up jail. Fortunately for me, I am not in American Express's pop-up jail. I actually just recently, a week ago, applied for the American Express green card and got approved for this card. Now, before I go into detail about why many other content creators might be going into pop-up jail, let me first go over what American Express's pop-up jail actually is. American Express's pop-up jail is going to be a term that has come up in the credit card community when you apply for a new American Express card and you have this little pop-up window that comes that says, based off of information that American Express has gathered about you, they are not actually going to allow you to get yourself the sign-up bonus that is connected with this card. So you can still get yourself approved for the card, but the welcome offer that you end up getting with the card that you're applying for, you are not going to be eligible for if you actually end up going through with that application. Now, this is obviously going to be very unfortunate if you end up getting this, because the welcome bonus for the vast majority of people is the way to rack up the points the quickest with credit cards. So if you're not eligible for the sign-up bonus for that card, for some people, it doesn't even make sense for them to even apply for the card. Since American Express cards have a once-in-a-lifetime rule, if you happen to apply for this card, get approved for it, but don't get that sign-up bonus, you're going to be ineligible for the sign-up bonus in the future, even if you end up getting out of American Express's pop-up jail. So for that reason, for most people, when they actually end up seeing that they're in American Express's pop-up jail, they end up not going through with the application because they'd rather wait into the future in hopes that they actually can avoid this pop-up jail the next time they apply for this card. So now that you know what American Express's pop-up jail is, let's go over why you may be hit with the Amex pop-up window. So when you actually end up reading the pop-up window, pretty much what you can gather from it is that American Express sees something about you as a customer that they aren't really happy with, so they don't actually want to give you this sign-up bonus because they may not see you as a profitable customer because of things that you've done in your past with applying for their credit cards. So what this could mean is that there may have been other American Express cards that you've actually applied for, gotten approved for, but then haven't actually been really using these cards ever since you've gotten the sign-up bonus. Now, American Express can see all this information on their side, and what they end up realizing is that there are going to be many customers out there who are just going to try to take advantage of their lucrative welcome offers. So what American Express is going to try to do is going to try to find these customers, allow these customers to still use their American Express cards, but just stop them from taking advantage of their lucrative sign-up bonuses. Now, you may be someone who's in pop-up jail, but this actually isn't even the case for you. You may actually have a number of different American Express cards you've actually have used. However, you end up seeing that you're in American Express's pop-up jail. Whatever data it is that American Express is gathering about you, they're just seeing you as not being very profitable for them. So now that you understand why Amex's pop-up jail happens, how can you avoid putting yourself into Amex's pop-up jail? So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that the American Express cards that you are applying for are actually going to be ones that you're going to be using. So if you end up getting yourself the American Express Platinum card for that 100,000 point sign-up bonus, just make sure this is a card that you will still be consistently using throughout the year, because American Express is going to be looking at that. So if they end up seeing that you end up getting this 100,000 point sign-up bonus, you only just end up spending that $6,000 to end up hitting that 100,000 points, and then you just stop using the card after that 6 months, then American Express might end up putting you in pop-up jail for that reason. There are many cards that I've actually applied for, gotten approved for, and then after hitting the sign-up bonus, I stopped using those cards. However, American Express cards are not ones that I've done that with, because I understand that I could be put into American Express's pop-up jail. Now, this doesn't mean that you need to put all of your spend on these new American Express cards that you have, but you should put a little bit of spend on these cards just to show that you are still using these cards throughout the year. Another way to avoid American Express's pop-up jail is to use different browsers when applying for an American Express card. This would mean that if you normally use Google Chrome, try using Firefox when you actually apply for your next American Express card. And if you are just using a normal browser, try an incognito mode to end up getting rid of your cookies when you actually end up applying for this card. This has actually been ways that people have noticed that if they happen to possibly be in American Express pop-up jail, you can end up kind of avoiding it when you actually end up doing this. And also, if you happen to be using a referral link, which I always recommend to do just to help out other people, but you happen to see that the pop-up window happens during your application, then what I recommend doing is trying to see if a different referral link works, or if it happens to not work with a different referral link, try just not using any referral link at all, because sometimes this can also end up avoiding the pop-up window, because the referral link that you actually may end up being applying through may end up having some type of pop-up through association. So because of that, try using a different link, and this might actually allow you to be able to avoid Amex's pop-up window. Now, say you notice that you actually are in Amex's pop-up jail and you can't avoid it by trying a new browser or trying a different referral link, and that no matter where you end up applying for this American Express card that you want, the pop-up window ends up happening. What should you do then? Well, there's gonna be a few things that you can do that I would recommend, and these are gonna be things that I did when I was in American Express pop-up jail a few years ago. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is make sure that you're actually putting spend on your American Express cards. Don't even worry about multipliers when putting spend on these cards. Just use these Amex cards to show American Express that you are actually trying to be a loyal customer to their program. Now, I've seen various numbers people end up claiming allow them to get out of Amex's pop-up jail. Some people said if they just put $100 on a card that they weren't using every single month for a few months, that's got them out of pop-up jail. Other people have said they had to put like $1,000. All I know is that if you end up putting spend on your Amex's card, this I believe is gonna end up being the best way to get yourself out of Amex's pop-up jail. The next thing I would recommend doing would be applying for Amex's business cards. And the reason for this is because I've seen many people actually be in pop-up jail with Amex's personal cards. However, they still end up getting approved for the business cards that are connected with American Express. So if you end up applying for the Hilton Surpass card, you end up getting the pop-up window. Try applying for the Hilton business card, and there's a chance you actually may end up getting approved for that card with the sign-up bonus connected with it. Now, this isn't always going to be the case, but I've seen numerous data points of people getting the pop-up window for personal cards, but not for the business cards. Now, going off my own experience with American Express pop-up jail, there's been 2 times where I've actually had it happen to me. The first time was when I actually had some American Express cards that I just was not using, and then when I applied for an American Express card, I ended up getting this pop-up window. So immediately what I decided to do was just start putting spend on those cards, and this allowed me to actually avoid Amex's pop-up jail. I did it for about 6 months, if I remember correctly. This was a few years ago, but after I ended up doing this for 6 months and I applied for a new American Express card, I ended up getting the sign-up bonus that was connected with that card. And the second time I got the pop-up window was actually when I applied through someone's referral link. So I applied through a friend's referral link, I got the pop-up window, but then I tried on a different browser through a different referral link, and I didn't end up getting the pop-up window. So while American Express may be happy with you as a customer, they may not like the person who's referring you, which ends up putting you in pop-up through association. So why do I believe that so many content creators are currently in American Express's pop-up jail? Well, I believe this is happening because there have been some insane sign-up bonuses that have been connected with American Express's cards over the past 3 years. You end up looking at the sign-up bonuses for the Amex Gold or the Amex Green card pre-COVID. I mean, the sign-up bonus was somewhere near like 30,000 points for the Gold card, ended up being, I believe, somewhere near like 15 or 20,000 points for the Green card. But if you end up looking at them this year, you have 60,000 points for the Green card. I believe it was at 90,000 points for the Gold card. The bonuses have jumped a lot, and with that, many people have actually been applying for American Express's cards. American Express has seen how much people have been applying for their new elevated offers, and they want to make sure that the people who are getting approved for these offers are going to be people who end up using their cards. So in this credit card community, there are a lot of people who churn cards. I'm someone myself who's definitely done that with numerous different cards, but I believe that if many of these content creators begin to put spend on their American Express cards that they currently have, come 2024, they will be out of Amex's pop-up jail. Now, say you happen to be in American Express's pop-up jail and you can't figure out a way how to get out of it, as unfortunate as that is, it isn't the end of the world when it comes to the credit card points and miles game. And the reason for this is because you still have the ability to get yourself Chase Ultimate Reward points, Citi Thank You points, Venture Miles, Bilt points, and these are all going to be transferable currencies. And then if you happen to just want to get yourself some airline miles, you can end up doing that by getting yourself some Barclays credit cards or some Bank of America credit cards. American Express membership reward points are awesome, but there are so many other ecosystems out there that if you end up getting kicked out of this ecosystem specifically for their sign-up bonuses, you still can end up racking up a ton of points with other sign-up bonuses from other credit card issues out there. And if you already happen to have a membership rewards earning card, you still can always link your account with Rakuten, the shopping portal that can allow you to get yourself membership reward points instead of cash back, and this can be a great way to rack up a ton of membership reward points throughout the year. For those of you who aren't familiar with Rakuten, Rakuten is a shopping portal that allows you to get cash back that can end up being sometimes like 5, 10, or even 15% with your shopping purchase through these affiliated websites that are connected with Rakuten. If you happen to not already have a Rakuten account, I will have a referral link that will allow you to get yourself $30 back on your first $30 purchase. If you decide to use my link, it will help out the channel. I'll be incredibly thankful for your support. But that's it. That is my breakdown of American Express's pop-up jail. If you happen to currently be in it, trust me, you're going to be able to get out of it. Just start putting some spend on your American Express cards. Make sure you're making on-time payments, and then try not to churn American Express cards. Each issuer has their trick that they try to do to try to stop people from gaming their programs. Chase has a 524 rule. American Express has once in a lifetime, and also the pop-up jail. But hopefully you enjoy this video. If you do happen to have any questions, drop them down in the comment section down below, and I'll do the best I can to answer them. If you happen to be interested in an American Express card, check out my referral links in the description box. And if you happen to really like this video, then please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this video, and have a beautiful rest of your day. Peace.